Welcome back to another episode of Even Your Dynasty Show. It is Tuesday, which means it's time for our minor league update. Obviously, last week we didn't put in out many like just regular videos. We did it pretty heavy on the live shows. It was a lot of fun. We're gonna still try and keep doing the lives. We'll keep doing our Thursday night one. It's usually Thursday, sometimes Friday, with Dan and Ricky. As much as one or both of those guys, if they can join. I'll be on NorCal Sports Network on Wednesday night as well. I'll try and get at least one more kind of regular video talking Giants baseball. We've got a lot of talk with the Austin Slater trade and kind of the future going forward. So that was a big move as far as, not he hasn't been a big player for several years now, but it was a big move and a step in the right direction as far as kind of the way the team is operating. So, good to see that they did that. They're kind of making it clear that Matos has a role on the roster going forward. And then you also, there may potentially be a role down the road for another outfielder at some point. So a couple guys, Hunter Bishop, Grant McCray, take notice and see the opportunity that could be in front. You also have Wade Meckler, who's been rehabbing and injured off and on for basically the entire season so far. So he may end up with an opportunity later on. So just kind of lots, to digest there. Um, Ricky and I are going to try and do some live shows for these minor league updates from time to time. I just did not have the time this week for me to be able to kind of coordinate that with him. Also, next week I'm going to be out of town on vacation the entire week, so I won't be um, doing any videos next week. So, but we'll be back strong the following week. But without further ado, if anybody that enjoys this content or enjoys the videos we're putting out, please do like the video, subscribe to the channel. I am working on trying to set up like a Spotify account to be able to drop the audio files somewhere there. That way, for anybody that does prefer to just listen, if they're driving to work or they're at work or whatever they're doing where they don't have the ability to watch, there will be availability on Spotify. Um, the best experience will probably remain YouTube. As many of you know, I do like to put some highlights up or like post some stats or like put some things up on the screen and share my screen. So the best experience will probably still be YouTube, and you can have the chats and interact and everything like that. But I do want to try and get the audio out there for those that just want to listen. But we're going to go ahead and get started on the minor league update. This is for last week from July 1st through July 7th. Sacramento River Cats went 0-6 versus Reno. They are now 47-40 on the season. They're kind of on a skid. Their number one prospect, Carson Wisenhunt, threw 6 innings, 3 earned runs, 4 hits, a walk, 7 strikeouts. He did pretty solid, all things considered. He gave up 2 home runs. It was in Reno. The ball flies well. Both were opposite field shots in a stadium that carries and it's live to right field. So, it wasn't a bad outing. He got through 6. I liked the efficiency through 80 pitches, 54 for strikes. So it was a good step. Number 3 prospect, Marco Luciano, 4 for 19, a home run to right center field in Sacramento, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. The contact rates continue to, it feels like he's taking a step in the right direction this season. The power hasn't shown how we want it to. But he still walks a good amount. He's not having a great year at the plate. And then with the struggles defensively, I know a lot of people have soured on him as a prospect. I would say to that, don't forget he's only 22 years old. Think about where Elliot Ramos was 2 years ago when he was 22. A lot of people were starting to give up on him. So he has plenty of time to get it going. Number 7 prospect, Mason Black, only went 2 innings, 5 earned runs, 6 hits, 3 walks, and a strikeout, 62 pitches, 37 for strikes. He's just been really big time struggling. He's having a hard time getting in the zone. He's having a hard time locating within the zone. And he's just getting punished for it in a hitter's league. Number 11 prospect, Landon Roop. He actually came in. He didn't start the game. He came in as the bullpen guy after Wisenhunt and went 1 1/3, gave up 3 earned runs, 2 hits, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. So he struggled a bit. I'd still like to see them develop him more as a starter. Number 13 prospect Grant McCrae, 7 for 21, three doubles, six strikeouts, a stolen base. He's continuing to do really well in the PCL. The K rate's starting to rise a little bit, but that's, he's always going to be a guy with some swing and miss. As many of you heard when I talked about him last week, he's a guy that I just really hope can find a way to hit his potential, because if he does, his athletic profile is so special with his speed. He's got sneaky power. He's an elite defender. He has a really good arm. It's just, can he make enough contact? Because to me, he might not hit for a ton of average, but he draws a lot of walks, and he could be a guy that still manages to steal like 40 plus bags in a season and hit, 15 to 20 home runs with 50 plus extra base hits as a whole. And then, with a guy like him, you might walk your way into a double or a triple because he can steal some bags. So I'm a big fan of Grant McCrae. I'm not necessarily, I don't ever say like I'm a believer, because you never know, especially with a guy that struggles to make contact. But it would be awesome if he could reach his athletic profile, or reach his potential with his athletic profile, I should say. Number 17 prospect Carson Seymour, 5 innings, 7 hits, 5 innings, 6 earned runs, 7 hits, a walk, 8 strikeouts through 78 pitches, 52 for strikes. Just kind of got knocked around a little bit. Number 29 prospect Carson Ragsdale went 4 2/3, 3 earned runs, 5 hits, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts. The walks were a little uncharacteristic for him. He's been doing a good job of limiting those this season. He did throw 90 pitches. He wasn't efficient at all. It was a lot for the 4 2/3, but it was good to see the pitch count get up 50 for strikes. Casey Schmidt went 7 for 22 with a home run, 3 doubles, a walk, and 6 strikeouts. He continuing to have a really good season. He's hitting 284 as like a 450 OPS. His last call up in San Francisco, he went 6 for 19 with 2 home runs. His walk rate in Sacramento is up to about 8%. He's doing a lot of good things. He's taking steps in the right direction, and it would be good to me if you can like find a way to get him opportunities the rest of the season up in the major leagues. I'm definitely not ready to give up on Casey Schmidt. He's showing a lot of good things as far as his plate discipline goes, and he's been more selective. I mean, obviously, the first time he got called up, he was swinging at everything. And I'm talking about in 2024. They sent him down, and in AAA, he'd done a good job of at least laying off enough pitches to get guys in the zone, because he's really good at with pitches in the zone. And um, the second time he came up, he did a good job of that. So I'm hoping that he can continue that with a major league opportunity. I don't know if it'll come. Maybe they move on from Nick Ahmed. For anybody that saw my tweet I sent out yesterday, I personally feel like Nick Ahmed should be the next guy to go. The team clearly plays better when he's not on the field. So that's just my opinion. Next on the list, Hunter Bishop had a bad week. 0 for 16, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. The lack of strikeouts is promising, but can't take an 0 for 16. Let's see. Moving on to Richmond, 3-3 versus Bowie yesterday, 38 and 43 on the season. Number 19 prospect Victor Barracoto went 6 for 20, a walk, 3 strikeouts. The lack of power is kind of odd from him. He was a guy that hit 27 home runs last season. He has 7 this season. His OPS is at around 680, which, I mean, it is the Eastern League. It's a hard league to hit in, but you'd like to see that get up. I mean, at least get up to like the 750 range, given the league. Number 23 prospect Adrian Sugaste did not play. He's on the 7-day IL right now. Number 26 prospect Jairo Pomares, 3 for 16, a home run, a walk, 4 strikeouts. He has 10 home runs in the Eastern League. And he didn't even start playing until mid-May. I mean, he's kind of doing what Ramos is doing up in the majors. Like, he's just mashing balls down in the Eastern League. So he'll probably be a guy that I would keep my eyes on kind of going forward. Not this season necessarily, but kind of over the next 2 years maybe. He's kind of turning it around after looking like he was going to be, just an injury-prone guy that might be out of baseball before too long. Will Bednar had a rough week, 2 games, 4 innings pitched, 4 earned runs, 3 hits, 6 walks, and 5 strikeouts. The walks killed him. Moving on to Eugene, 3-3 versus Hillsborough. They are now 41 and 39 on the season. Number 2 prospect Bryce Eldridge, 8 for 24, a home run, a double, 3 walks, 9 strikeouts. The strikeouts started to creep up a little bit this week, but he's still drawing walks. He's still hitting the ball hard. He uses the whole field, as we've seen in A ball. His adjustment to high A has been fine. He took a couple offers at the end of the week. I mean, at one point he had like a 1300 OPS in high A, which, I mean, small sample size. It's not going to sustain that, but he clearly doesn't look overwhelmed, which is great to see. I think best case for us, I'm willing to be patient on his development. I hope they give him lots of at bats in the upper levels. Tired of guys coming up and they're not ready when they reach San Francisco. Make sure that these guys get most of their at bats in the upper levels as opposed to the lower levels, which is the way the Giants have operated the last few years. Number 10 prospect Joe Whitman had a great week. 6 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, 3 hits, 7 strikeouts through 81 pitches, 58 for strikes. His slider is nasty. Plays really well off his fastball. He also has a really good changeup that you can tell he's kind of developing it, but it's already really solid. I think he just needs to trust it more and throw a few more of those. Number 18 prospect Diego Velasquez. I was worried he broke his foot last week. He hit one off his foot, couldn't even put weight on it. But he came back this week, so must have been like a really bad bruise or something like that. But he went 5 for 12 with a double, a walk, 3 strikeouts, and 2 stolen bases. So clearly the foot's not bothering him too much. Had a game-winning hit late in a game in the 8th inning this week, where ripped a single in the right center with the winning run on base. I like the guy. He can just flat out hit. Not tons of power. I'd love to see a little bit more out of him, but I mean, he can rake. I think he's one of the most underrated prospects in the Giants system. Number 24 prospect O'Neal Perez, 1 for 13, 2 strikeouts. Number 25 prospect Cole Foster, he got the promotion up to high A. He had been in San Jose. 2 for 10, a home run, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, and a stolen base. He does have some, intriguing power. Has kind of struggled, especially as an older player in the lower levels. But we'll kind of see how he does as he continues to move through the system. I think this was kind of a move that Ahuna is now back in San Jose, and I think they're clearing the spot for him and also potentially some other guys, especially with draft season coming up here shortly. Number 27 prospect Jonah Cox, 5 for 21, 2 stolen base, 5 for 21 with a double, 2 stolen bases, 7. I can't read my own writing. 2 walks, 7 strikeouts, and 4 stolen bases. He's up to like 47 on the season. I mean, he might have a 70 stolen base season. It's insane what he's doing. He is just stealing so many bags. He's an exciting player. Massive credit to Farhan Zaidi for getting that guy for Ross Stripling when you're doing a salary dump. So, I mean, I'm very critical of Farhan. I will give credit where it's due. I think that was a great trade. Quinn McDaniel, 5 for 22, 2 doubles, 4 strikeouts, 2 stolen bases. Continues to have a solid year in high A. He's fallen off a bit. He's still hitting about 250, but shows some nice power. Lots of extra base hits. Steals a good amount of bags as well. Jack Choate, he had his worst start of the season. 3 innings pitched, 7 earned runs, 7 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. He had been like a sub 2 ERA guy all season, and then he had that. So guys are gonna have bad outings. Didn't have the control. Oh, and I missed Trevor McDonald in Richmond. We're going to backtrack a little bit. 4 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, 4 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. He's continuing to kind of move up. He's a Rule 5 guy that they protected this last season. So he's on the 40-man, and they've been moving him pretty quickly through the system this season as he's rehabbed. All right, moving on to San Jose. They went 4-2 versus Stockton. They are 48-32 on the season. They were under 500 for like a month plus, and they have just been really good since then. Number 9 prospect Maui Ahuna, 3 for 12 with a grand slam, 4 walks, and 2 strikeouts. It would be nice to see him get going. He's got an excellent glove profile. I think he's got Gold Glove potential at short. Don't know if he'll ever make it up on the Giants or if it'll be elsewhere, because they do have a lot of shortstops in the system, especially in the lower levels. But if he could hit, I mean, the glove is definitely not the problem with him. Number 16 prospect Wade Meckler went 7 for 20 with a double, 5 walks, and 2 strikeouts. I'd imagine he's going to end up in Sacramento before too long. but they do still have him down in San Jose right now. Number 28 prospect, Josh Bostic, 5 innings pitched, 6 earned runs, 9 hits, a walk, 6 strikeouts, 78 pitches, 56 for strikes. Threw a lot of strikes, just location wasn't great, and he got knocked around. It happens. Lisbel Diaz, he was the 18-year-old Cuban international signee that they brought from, I think, a year or two ago that they had in the ACL. He was doing really well there. They brought him up to San Jose already. 3 for 19, a home run, a double, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. He has a couple home runs in San Jose already. He has some pretty big-time power. We'll see kind of how he does as he gains more experience. He's still pretty young, obviously, for that level. He's only 18. Moving over to the ACL, number 5 prospect Walker Martin went 2 for 19 with 2 home runs, 5 walks, 12 strikeouts. Continues to strike out too much, but he's drawn a lot of walks and he's showing the power a little bit. He does need to settle in at some point. I mean, I give a lot of patience, especially early on with the strikeouts when guys return from injuries or haven't played competitive ball in a while. But it's kind of reaching that point with him where he needs to start consistently putting it in play and start swinging the bat a little better. Number 6 prospect, Rainer Arias, went 6 for 19, a triple, 3 doubles, a walk, and 6 strikeouts. He's starting to show, again, guys come back from injuries. They're going to start slow most of the time. Rainer Arias is finally starting to heat up. His last couple games, he did really well. I think he had like 5 hits in a 2 or 3 games in a 2-game stretch. So starting to swing the bat better. Ryan Reckley, 2 for 12, a double, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. So starting to kind of he went through a long skid for about a week and a half. I think his last game he went like 2 for 5. So with that double, so he's starting to get going a little bit. And then we're going to talk a little bit of Dominican Summer League. Their top international signee from last season, who's their number 20 prospect, Johnny Level. He's drawn some Rafael Furcal comparisons. 9 for 16 with 3 doubles, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts, and 4 stolen bases. So we will get a little bit of Dominican Summer League talk in there. He's only 17 years old. So you're not going to see him until into the complex league, probably until next season. But he was their top international signee of 2023. So I just wanted to talk about him a little bit. That's all I have for the minor league report. If there's any guys you want me to talk about next time, sorry we had to keep this video a little shorter today, but we will still have all the highlights and everything in there. Other than that, go Giants. Hopefully they can keep some momentum going. A couple tough losses to Cleveland. I'm hopefully going to put out a video talking just the Giants here in the next couple days, but we will have our live show, I think Thursday night. I have to coordinate with those guys, but I'm hoping Thursday night. Other than that, like I said, go Giants. And we'll see you all next time. See you.